6:35 on this Monday. In just 2 weeks, the city of Phoenix will have not one, but two new council members. Kevin Robinson won the runoff in District 6, which covers parts of Ahwatukee, Central Phoenix, Arcadia, and the Biltmore area. But before he takes that oath of office in just 2 weeks, I wanted to sit down with Kevin Robinson to find out what his plans are. And I also spoke to people who live in District 6 to find out what their needs are. It's not serving his community that's new for Kevin Robinson, but what is new is the way he's doing it. But when you hit the streets back then, did you ever think that one day you would be one of our city's elected leaders?
No, by no stretch of the imagination. It was never in my wheelhouse. I feel it now that I can make a difference on this council, and I'm looking forward to doing just that.
Robinson served the Phoenix Police Department for more than 3 decades, starting as an officer back in 1980, later rising through the ranks. As our city's former assistant police chief, obviously the department is under the DOJ investigation right now. We still don't know the outcome of what that's going to be. But when you look at the department itself, when you look at really policing at large, what do you think needs to happen? What are the solutions?
You know, one thing that is constant in law enforcement is change. It always has been. I think we need to accept change. It's coming. There are going to be things that might be mandated by the Department of Justice, may not. We're going to have to wait and see once the whole thing is delivered to the city and, you know, try to work from there. But I'm convinced that the members of the Phoenix Police Department, starting with Chief Sullivan down to the newest officer on the beat, each and every one of them want the police department to do better. They want it to be a good organization, and it's a good organization now. It can only move forward, and you know, I think that's what people want to see happen.
But policing wasn't the only topic people in District 6 are talking about.
No matter what economic class you're in, you're feeling the sting of that.
Parents we met at this park near 44th Street and Indian School are concerned about the rising costs of raising a family. Is that something that you worry about as a parent of, you know, can we afford to have another child right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, childcare is essentially like a second mortgage, it seems like, for a lot of people, myself included. Paying for groceries every week and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's a constant concern. And then also just even for her future, if things are expensive now, what is it going to be like when she's older and when she goes to college or whatever it is? I mean, just being able to afford that in the future.
And it's not just parents. People all over the city are wondering what can be done about the rising cost of living, even down to the very roof over their heads. Would you say to those people that creating more opportunities for affordable housing is one of your top priorities?
It always has been. You know, I always said that from the very beginning. There are ways to fashion agreements with those folks in order to have more affordable housing. I mean, I hate to, you know, pigeonhole myself and say there's only one way to do something. You know, we're going to explore every opportunity that's available, because at the very least, people should have, they should have a home.
But not everyone has a home, and how to deal with our city's homeless population is becoming a growing problem. ABC15 data expert Garrett Archer crunching the numbers, showing how the unsheltered population in our state has grown 160% in the last decade. That's according to the latest data from the Department of Housing and Urban Development. Phoenix mom and business owner Lena Bien says she wants the city to also address the underlying issues.
Big aspect of homelessness is you look at the root cause. In many cases, it's mental health. So how do we help individuals that are going through a mental health crisis get back into society?
There's a lot of challenges, but what do you think the city needs to do?
But what we have to do is we have to make services available. And when I talk about services, you know, we have to look at who's out there, who's out on the street, who's homeless. There's going to be drug abuse issues, there's mental health issues we have to deal with, and we had been talking about affordable homes. So these are all things that can be addressed.
And now, one thing people in District 6 told me they liked seeing was the number of new companies and businesses coming to the city. Councilmember-elect Robinson tells me he'd also like to see that continue, but wants to make sure that the city is growing responsibly at the same time. Tomorrow on ABC 15 Mornings, we're headed to District 8 to sit down with Keisha Hodge-Washington, find out her plans, and once again, talk to people who live in that district to find out what changes they would like to see. It's important for us not to just talk to the leaders, but also the real people in these communities to really get that take on what's going on there.
And take those questions to these elected leaders.
Absolutely.
Great information. Looking forward to tomorrow.